What's up, guys? We got a beautiful night here in Seattle. Like I told you in one of my older videos, it gets beautiful here certain summers. Like every 3 or 4 summers, we get a real warm summer. We get a real early summer. I think it's not even May yet, and it's almost like summer here. So this is going to be a gorgeous summer. I can tell, thankfully, which is cool. Because I kind of need something to pick me up, with this coronavirus and all that. I think a lot of people have been down and whatnot. But anyway, so I wanted to make a video that's a little bit unique. I don't usually make videos like this. And this is the kind of video where I really only need to make one ever. And I might have made one, but I can't remember. And I don't want to go through my old videos to see if I did, but I might as well make another one if I did, just to kind of update my thoughts on this, which haven't changed, but maybe I'll have some different kind of info on it. So one thing that I do online is I talk a lot to a lot of different people. Of course, that's the thing about Facebook and social media. It's everybody's got a fucking opinion, right? But it's interesting to, get out there, put your opinion out there, chop it up with people, and, have some fun. So, anyway, one of the things that I talk to people with, or I talk to people about, is abortion. So today I want to make an abortion video, my thoughts on abortion, specifically how I feel about it. Now, I just want to say, at the front, first and foremost, I'm 100% against abortion. 100%. Hands down. Just all across the board, I'm against abortion, except for one instance, and that's if the pregnant woman was raped. Okay, if she was raped and she got pregnant, I'm for abortion in that sense. Okay, or if the mother is going to die, she's sick, and it's either abort the kid or die. In that instance, I'd say okay, that's warranted. But in all the other cases, in the majority of cases, and I've done the research on this, I have studied the statistics on this, and 80 to 90% of, it might even be higher than that. I think it might be 95% of abortion statistics are because the mother is not ready. Whether it's financially or just in her life or whatever, she's just not ready, right? So what that tells you right there is it tells you that abortion is being used as a fail-safe. Abortion is being used as kind of a get-out-of-jail-free card, right? And there's about 500,000 abortions a year in the United States alone, right? In the United States alone, there's about 500,000 abortions through Planned Parenthood that are recorded a year. So that's a lot of fucking abortions. That's a lot of dead babies, all right? And I say babies, I don't say fetuses, because fuck all that nonsense. That's a fucking human. I don't give a shit how zygote it looks. I don't give a shit how much of a clump of cells, which is bullshit, actually. If you've ever actually seen what a fetus looks like, sorry, that's a little baby. That's a baby. Sorry, there's a soul in that thing. It's got eyes, it's got a mouth. Fuck that shit. All right? I don't believe that it's just a clump of cells. I've seen the pictures. Doesn't matter. It has a soul. You're killing your child. All right? Again, I think it's 95%. It's because the reason why they have an abortion is because they're not ready. So what does that tell you? It tells you a lot of people out there are having unsafe sex, not preparing. Okay? I understand that there's always I think it's like a 2% chance that the pill won't work. I've heard all the arguments, okay? Like a 2% chance that the pill doesn't work or something. That's very rare. The pill is very effective. Okay, now I understand that it can cause you to have mood swings. It can cause you to be depressed. Okay, then figure something else out. Wear condoms. Take extreme measures. Pull out. Okay? Why do you want guys busting nuts in you anyways? It's not that amazing. Finish him in your mouth. I mean, it's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good. I almost like blowjobs better than I like having sex. So, I just don't buy that shit. I know this is not a popular stance. I know a lot of people out there like, well, don't you, and it's usually always the atheists. It's usually always people who just don't, they're always like, oh, we're practical, we're rational. Like, no, that's a funny way of saying you don't have a heart. I'm practical. I'm rational. We don't want all these kids overpopulating our earth. Really? 500,000? If you really do the math, that's not, compared to how many birds there are a year, that's not a whole lot. Compared to how many deaths there are a year, that's not a whole lot. So, oh, well, they're not going to have good lives anyways. Like, okay, so we'll just kill them. Like, so let's just kill all depressed people. Let's just kill the homeless people while we're at it, because homeless people aren't having good lives. So we'll just kill them. Like, you could be killing somebody who could grow up who cures cancer. You could be killing somebody who's going to grow up to be a wonderful president or something. It's sick. It's sick. Let's see. And like I said, it's always in the name of like humanity, rational thinking, logical thinkers. Like, no, man, don't give me that bullshit. Don't give me that bullshit. You're killing kids, you're killing babies because you don't want the responsibility of being a parent. Well, guess what? Maybe you shouldn't have sex. And here's the flip side of all this. If a woman wants to kill a kid, she has 100% right to do so, and the man can't stop her. The man can't stop her. If she wants to keep the kid, she has 100% right to do so. And the man can't stop her. The father who created the child 50-50 along with the mother has no say over the life of that child one way or the other. That's sexist. If anything is sexist, that's fucking sexist. But they want to say men are oppressing us. There's the patriarchy. We want equality. Oh yeah? Then why can't we have equality when it comes to abortions? You fucking hypocrites. Right? And here's the thing. If you have 100% right over the life of a child, a man should have the say whether or not he wants to pay child support. If you can just kill the kid, if you so desire, then the man should say, I don't want to pay child support. Because I don't want that kid. You wanted the kid, I don't want the kid. How many times has a father wanted the kid, but the mother killed it? How horrible is that? That's disgusting. Oh, we're pregnant? Oh man, I'm so happy I'm gonna have a kid. Oh, you know what? I decided I'm gonna have an abortion. How fucked up would that be? And you wanna know what? I've been in that situation. I was dating a girl. Her name was Jessie. And she lied to me and said she was pregnant. And she did it because she thought I was gonna break up with her, and I was thinking about it. I was thinking about breaking up with her and moving on. And she lied to me and said she was pregnant in order to keep me around, and it worked. And you know what she said? She said, I think I might have an abortion. I was like, what? I was like, no, you can't do that. And she was like, doesn't matter what you say because women have 100% right over the life of the child. I didn't know that. That was my first introduction. That was my first lesson to that fact. And you want to know how it felt? Horrible. I felt horrible. I was like, wait a minute, I can't, you could just kill my kid? And I can't. She told me I was going to have a little girl. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have a little girl. Wow. That's so cool. I was happy. I was like, I don't love this girl, but it's like, wow, I'm going to be a father. It's like, wow. I was like, that's cool. I was like excited. I don't know if I would say I wasn't like elated, like, wow, like, cause I didn't really love this girl. It would have been a lot better if I didn't, if it wasn't just some girl who I was fucking, right? It would have been better if, you know, I loved her and she was like the love of my life and she was my wife, like that would have been amazing. Like, I'm sure that feels amazing. You know, there's a parent instinct in all men, right? And this I've heard every argument. Women are so sick. They say, "Oh, men want to kill the baby anyways," and all this shit that they say just to get the upper hand, just to get the power and the leverage. Man, it's fucked up. But I felt happy. I was like, you know, wow, it's amazing. Like, it was a feeling that I've never felt before. It was a very strange feeling, like the fact that a girl told me she was going to have my kid. Very strange feeling. It was a very foreign feeling. Like, I've never felt like, whoa, I'm going to be a parent. Like, that's crazy. And then all of a sudden she's talking about abortion. And I was like, what? You can't just kill my kid. And she was like, oh yeah, I can. And she was like, it's legal. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know that. And I was younger. It was about 7-8 years ago. I was a lot younger. And had to Google it and had to learn all about it. I got a crash course in legality. And boy, let me tell you, that whole unique feeling of, wow, I'm gonna be a parent, that was replaced with, holy shit, this girl's gonna kill my kid. Holy fuck. And I felt helpless, felt powerless, you know? This woman can just kill my kid. And I can't do anything to stop it. And it was sick. And it's just like, hey man, you guys are talking about equality, but you can just kill our kids? That's fucked up, man. And I think one of the things that I'd like to see is something done about that, you know? Really something done with the legislation. You know, this whole argument that it's my body, my choice. Well, guess what? That entity that's inside you is not your body. That entity that's inside you is a soul. That's a human being. And you can try to downplay that fact by saying it's a parasite. It's a leech that's just, you know, sucking off of my nutrition and my nutrients in my body. Oh, I've heard it all, man. And you know what? That's sick shit. That is sick to say that a child, that your baby is a parasite. Imagine. Can you imagine saying that your baby is a parasite? You want to know who else did that? Hitler. Hitler did that. He said, Jews are parasitic nature. Jews are leeches. They you know, whatever country they come into, they leech the resources, and they're like cancer cells, and they just mess everything up. And that's how he justified killing them in World War II. That's how he justified the genocide, or the attempted genocide, of the Jewish people. So, gee, there's some parallels there. Isn't that funny how people justify, and the sick, twisted part, I mean, these people are sick. These women, it's sick. And not only that, it's like, you gotta be slutty. I mean, you can't, first of all, sluts are damaged anyways. Sluts are toxic and damaged goods. Their emotions, their mentality, it's all damaged, right? It has to be, or else they couldn't sleep with man after man, because women emotionally, they have sex on emotion. They need to feel a bond with a man. They need to feel an emotional connection before they have sex with a man. So if you sleep around a lot, your emotions are damaged already. And the truth is when I talk to these women who support abortion, they're damaged. They're sick people. And then there's men who come in and they're damaged too. It's like, but yet it's legal. Yet, you know, these are the people who are advocating and legislation, et cetera, et cetera. You know, they pass these laws. Man, you know, it's just sick stuff, man. I talk to these people online, and anyway, so like I said, 500,000 abortions per year. 95% of those abortions are because of just unwanted pregnancies. They unwanted because they can't. I mean, I might have my numbers a little bit wrong, but it's super high. Like between 80 to 90%, it's because they're just not ready, or, you know, financially or emotionally or whatever. They're just too young or whatever. I mean, they document this stuff, right? That's not good. I'm sorry. Like, from a human standpoint, I don't agree with it. From a love standpoint, from a parent standpoint, I don't agree with it. You're a parent. You're supposed to love your kid. You don't kill your kid. You just don't do that. That's sick. And it's like, what is wrong with your heart? What is wrong with you as a person that you would think, oh, that's a good option. Let me just kill my kid. Like, I get it. It's an inconvenience. Okay, you want your whole life. You want to live your life. You want to, I got things to do. I got plans. I want to go to college. I want to do this. I want to do that. It's like, okay, well then you fucking better, you know, don't have unprotected sex. Don't mess around. Like, what are you doing? Like, you got to have some responsibility. And then there's this whole argument, like, do we really want these people to have babies? They're responsible already, or they're irresponsible already. Like, give it up for adoption, okay? And then there's this whole argument, like, oh, you're all for advocating against abortion, but are you out there adopting you know, all the foster kids? It's like, nice straw man argument, dude. Like, what the fuck? There's plenty of people who want to adopt, first of all. Second of all, like, oh, so because I disagree with abortion, I have to take those kids into my house? Like, what kind of dumbass logic is that? It's like, just this, you know, these deflecting arguments, like. And then, of course, they do the whole call you an incel shit. You hate women. You can't tell us what to do with our bodies. Like, no, dude, those are our kids. You're killing our kids. Like, you think that's just your kid? You think because it's in your body that it's just 100% yours? First of all, it has a soul. It's its own entity, first of all. Second of all, that's 50% our DNA. That's our kid, not your kid. Your body, it's in your body, but it's its own body, and it's our kid. You can't just fucking kill our kid. That's like saying, well, you know what? You came and you left all your stuff in my house, so I burned it because it's in my house. What? You burned my shit just because it was in your house? Well, yeah, it's my house. I can do what I want in my house. Like, no, but that's my shit. You can't take my clothes or whatever the heck I left at your house. I left my prized baseball bat and some of my baseball cards. It's a dumb analogy, but you get it. And I left it at your house because I spent the night at your house, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to come get my baseball card and my baseball bat. Oh, I burned it because I was cold. I just burned it because I needed some fire. I needed some warmth. I burned it. What the fuck do you mean? That's my shit. Those are my baseball cards. No, I burned it because you know, it's my house. I can do what I want in my house. No, that's my stuff. You can't burn my stuff just because it's in your house. It's the same principle. You can't kill my kid just because it's in your body. Like, dude, that's sick. That's narcissism. That's a level of possessiveness that is evil. That's just evil status, you know. I think you guys get my point. So that's how I stand on that, man. Like, unless it's for rape or the mother's gonna die unless they do that, I do not agree with that shit. Like I mean, hey, you know, don't have sex or be better protected. Like, yeah, I'll pay more taxes. I'll pay more taxes for, contraceptives. I'll pay more taxes for, more free condoms or more birth control for you to afford birth control or whatever. Like, I'll do that because I don't want nobody killing kids. That's how I feel about that. This is a tough subject where a lot of people, even people who really are kind of red pilled, they might lean more towards supporting abortion. I could never do that though. I just can't because I'm too human. You know, my mom got pregnant at a young age, and with my older brother, and he was from a black father, and my mom was, in I think it was the 60s or something like that. Her parents were racist, or her mom was racist. Her mom wanted her to have an abortion. My mom couldn't do it. She's like, no, I can't kill my kid. And her mom kicked her out because she had a black kid. kicked her out of the house. I think she was like 17, 18. Straight up kicked her out. My mom couldn't do it. My mom had too much of a heart. So I'm the same way, man. I got too much of a heart, man. I'm too human. I don't even like stepping on bugs, man. I don't even like killing spiders and shit. Like, I don't like killing stuff. That make me a pussy, or like these guys, you know, you're a real alpha if you kill shit. Like, I don't like hunting. I mean, and then people have this argument like, what are you eating meat for? Like, yeah, well, fucking, I'm not perfect, but I mean, that's a false equivalency if I've ever heard one. Like, humans are not the same as animals. We are not, you know, I think we're a bit, I mean, animals, you know, I don't want them to suffer, but what do they live? A total of 1 year, 2 years? You know, I mean, I think they're there for our food. You know, I really do. That's a whole nother argument. But like I said, it's a false equivalency. Hey, if it came down to it, I probably would support not killing animals. I probably would support, you know, going vegan. But I just, you know, I can't equate animals with human beings. Like, anyway, I've heard all the arguments, and mostly they're all straw man. Mostly they're all false equivalencies and deflection, blame, you know, blame shifting, false, you know, setting up, you know, false equivalencies so they don't have to take accountability. Anyway, man, if you're a human being and you have a good heart, you're not going to want to kill anything, really. I mean, eating meat is a tradition. We've always done it, you know. Of course, that's not the best argument either, because you could say, "Oh, abortion is a tradition. We've always done it." But yeah, well, we're not eating those babies. We're just getting rid of them. Okay, that's the purpose. There is simply to make our lives easier, and so we don't have to raise our kids. Well, like, what kind of, like, do you have a heart? Like, you know, like, what kind of person is just okay with killing their own kid? I never understood that. Like, yeah, kill my kid. Like, what? Like, no, I'm not gonna kill my kid. I don't want you killing my kid. Why would you want to be with a woman that kills their own kid? Why would you want that? Yeah, me and my wife, we had a couple abortions, but like, what the fuck? Like, that's sick. It's just like so sick. I can't. There's no justification. There's no argument that can rationally justify being so heartless for a female, a mother, to take the life of her own child. There's nothing that you can say. All you can say is straw man. You can set up false equivalencies. You can say, well, what about this? What about that? You don't kill your kid. You just don't. Anyway, all right. I think I'm going to end it there. I think you guys get my point. I'm just out here walking tonight. It's a nice night. Really nice night in the neighborhood. I got some beautiful trees out here. I'm trying to stay positive in the midst of the lockdown. I think people are starting to feel it. But anyway, appreciate you listening. Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Peace.